Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about the story mountain, or the plot diagram, some students call it that. I'm going to talk to you about the elements of our story map. First of all, we have the setting and the characters, which is where we identify where and when the story takes place and who our main character or characters are. Heading up the story mountain are the events called the rising action. And you see right here in the center, there's this big star where it talks about our problem or our conflict in the story. And what we see here is that usually early on in the story, we realize what our main character's problem is going to be. And the rising action is all of the elements and the action that takes place that has to do with the problem in the story. We're rising up to our top here, where we get to our turning point or our climax in the story, which is where our main character confronts the conflict and hits it head on. The falling action is what happens to our main character immediately after he or she have reached the turning point. The resolution in our story map talks about what happens to the main character, how that main character has changed, and what has happened as a result of this turning point in the story. The conclusion is the very end of the story and what the last action is in the story. We hope that you'll use this when you're reading your books this year, because this will help you really comprehend the story.
Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to use the story mountain and talk about the story Each Kindness that we read together at the beginning of the year. So remember, at the beginning of the book, we met the two main characters, Chloe and Maya, and the setting was school, and it was also winter. Now, the first thing that happened that would be part of our rising action is Maya arrives at school. And then Maya asks Chloe if she wants to play, and Chloe said no. The kids start to make fun of Maya's clothes. Some of the kids even accused Chloe of being Maya's friend. Chloe and her friends are not kind to Maya. That is the problem, boys and girls, that we're finding out from these events that are happening in the rising action. Then the teacher talks about kindness one day at school. And Chloe decides that the next day at school, she's going to smile back at Maya. And then we're at the turning point, the climax. The teacher says that Maya is not returning to school. Chloe starts to think about all of the things that she wished she would have said to Maya. That's part of the falling action. Chloe learned too late how her actions had hurt Maya. This is part of the resolution, how she's solving the problem. Even though Maya's not there for her to go and apologize to, I think that she's learning a lesson from this. And Chloe really wishes that she would have been kind. At the end, it was a sad ending, if you remember. She really wished that she would have been kind to Maya.
Okay, boys and girls, now you're going to take the plot diagram or story mountain that we've given you, and you're going to use the last book that you've finished to fill out your diagram to show us what you know and that you understand the main points and comprehend the story.